Hello. So this is an update on the Gravity Falls series. This might be sad to some of you just might not care. I know a lot of you will probably unsubscribe after seeing this, but before I talk about it, there's just know that there will be series after this. One will be Gravity Falls. I promised it to someone, which I just realized I probably need to check if I'm subscribed to her. But this is something. The Gravity Falls series is the one that I promised to someone, or Gravity Falls, the new Gravity Falls series I'll be doing, which is the story won't be the same as the one that I was doing recently. But right now, I'm kind of scared to say this but it will relieve a lot of stress. The Gravity Falls series is canceled. Or not canceled, that's not what it's called. It's discontinued. It might come back in the future, but that's not a promise. It's like I tried thinking of ideas for it. I have some. I was mainly just trying to think of ideas. Trying to think of something for I was trying to think of ideas for the rest of the series, and I only found some. I did ask for help, but not many of them were the way I wanted to do the series. And if I told anyone what I wanted to do with the series, it might have been, or especially something that in the comments, because those are very public comments, you would have been able to look at them and oh, so that's what's going on with the series. But yeah, that's discontinued. That's something that I'm not going to be able to do anymore. Again, it might come back in the future, but that's not a promise, and I highly doubt it will. It's I tried to finish it, I tried to continue it, but every time I think of any more ideas, I struggle with my anxiety and mainly stress peaks every time I think of ideas, because it was so hard to think of them, and the more I thought, the more I got stressed. And right now I'm in high school, and that stress is already bad enough because of high school, being a junior and all. But I can't have that happening and do the Gravity Falls series too. Especially since the Gravity Falls series I started for fun. I was really just doing it for fun, but the more I was told to do it, and the more I continued to do it, the more stressful it got, because I wanted to continue it for you guys, anyone who saw it, but I couldn't continue it, and everyone wanted more of it, or almost everyone. So I'm sorry for those who wanted me to continue it. If you are someone who can do gacha, and can't, and don't want the Gravity Falls series to end, I will talk to you about that in the comments. I will tell you how I vision the story. If you want, tell me if you want me to tell you how I vision the story continuing. If you want to continue the story in your own way, just tell me. Make sure to credit me, of course. But just try to, if you're someone who wants to continue the story on your own, or and if you want to continue it in your own way, do it your own way, but tell me you're gonna redo it, and to give me credit. And of course, in each video, because I don't want to be of course, make sure to link my comment, or when I mean by give me credit, keep my link to my channel, or at least the link to the playlist in the description, because I really don't want to like have someone like, I don't want you to be, if you want to do it on your own, but I don't want you to like be berated because you stole the videos or you copied. But also, if you want to, you can either use your characters in your own way, or I can give you the codes to those characters, the offline codes, because I don't have the ability to get the online codes at the moment, because I'm not at that level at Gacha. I'm not focusing on that, but that is something I need. If you need that, go ahead. If you want to take your own take on the characters, heck, even like remake the first episodes, just make sure to give credit, of course, like put the episodes normally, like the original episode where you got it from, in the description, so people don't put it as copying, like you're copying me. But there will still be people like that. Just point them to the description. But again, if you want like me to continue, I can't. But if you want to be the people who continue it, please just let me know. Like, if you want to do it in your own way, just do the channel, link the channel, playlist, like even both. It depends how you do it, but honestly, I can't do it. It's not something I'm very well. I can't really like finish it. I don't know how to explain why, besides what I just explained, but it's mainly just stress from trying to think of ideas. So there's nothing I can really do. So for now, I will see you guys later on the next video if you continue to watch my videos even after this. But yeah, wait, I just remember something. The series in the future that you can look forward to, I'm not going to explain much about them because spoilers, but the next one, or next ones I'm going to do is this. I mentioned this in the community post, but the first one is a my story thing. It's not obviously my story, it's one of my OC stories. It's the FNAF OC story. It's like based on that FNAF OC, how her story went. Obviously not the full story, where like you'll see when it happens. That's the next series I'm doing. And with that, I'm gonna be doing like a little sprinkled episode of a Gravity Falls Ask and Dare, which, if I remember correctly, someone named Elizabeth. Forgot her last name, or their last name. Don't want to assume genders, but the Elizabeth asked for an Ask or Dare series for Gravity Falls a while back. I haven't forgotten, but I was really just waiting until I could actually officially finish the Gravity Falls series. But yeah, there is going to be a different ship for this. Wendip is not one of them. That's going to be more like Wendy is like going to be independent. And of course, the two ships that will be sailing still is Grandy, which is Granda X Candy, May Pacifica, which was going to be like a thing that happens after, like later on in the series originally, in the original series, but since I'm discontinuing, I can't do that. But the Gravity Falls series would be May Pacifica, and the main ship is Build It. Of course, May Pacifica is like there's not gonna be a definitive story to the Gravity Falls Ask or Dare series. It's gonna be, there's probably gonna be like stories continuing on. There's gonna be like one, like, it's not gonna be too random to where there's like no story, but it's like it's gonna have like not a definitive story on this. If you hear me, by the way, if you hear me, like, I'm trying not to rant on something else during this. And that's gonna be, but the Gravity Falls Ask and Dare series, or Ask or Dare, is gonna be something that is sprinkled along with the FNAF series. Of course, please don't berate me to continue, like, doing a next episode, when's next episode, like, when are you gonna do next episode, blah blah blah, because that's the main reason that I couldn't finish, I couldn't get a motivation for the main Gravity Falls series, because people, like, it's like how people feel like when their parents say do the dishes right as you go to do the dishes, basically that. Like, I started getting ideas and then or like something else, it's like I couldn't, like, do it properly, and like it's like more of, it's not like I wasn't getting ideas, it was like every time I had the motivation for it, it disappeared completely a couple hours later, or because I couldn't do it at the time, or I just didn't feel like doing it in Gacha Life, because Gacha Life, I've gotten so used to Gacha Club that it's a problem, and continuing it in Gacha Club would have been weird, because different, like, I'd rather not have to, I already made the characters in Gacha Life, and it didn't really work out. And I didn't want to, like, plus I didn't have enough space for many of them, it's just, But after my story ends, it's one series to look forward for that is, after that is, not many of you watched it, but there was a series that I talked about before. It was the season 2, the Hated Child's Life That Got Better. That probably sounds like a really cringe title. I was mainly got the idea from the cringy or sometimes good Hated Child stuff, but that happened back then. And the one I have right now is a remade one, of course, the one that's up like in the playlist. But there's a season 2 that's gonna happen after that, my FNAF series. So look forward to that. There's also, once I find a good end to the Ask or Dare Gravity Falls series, there's gonna be other series like Standard Size Incorrect Quotes and a Standard Size Ask or Dare. Of course, it's like gonna be sprinkled in, like the Ask or Dare series of Gravity Falls. It's like when I find a definitive end to Gravity Falls Ask or Dare, there will be a Standard Size. There were 2 versions of the Standard Size quotes, incorrect quotes. Like those are the versions are gonna end when it's gonna be like, obviously it's gonna be not definitive stories, but there will be like different things that I will do for it. It will be like different things. There would be like, there's like 2 separate things. Like, they're not gonna connect to each other at all. Like, because there's different ships in it, and I'd rather not them connect. There's not really many different ships for those series. There's 3 Standard Size series I want to do. The first one you will see is version 1 of Standard Size Quotes, which the versions are based off of those ships. The first version will have Analogical, also, and Remy X Emile, and Redeemus, which is the X Remus, and Virgil, and it's basically like what's happening now with the Standard Size series I have now, except that's a whole different thing, because like that's more of a story base and it's different, and there won't be like animal based Standard Size. And the Ask or Dare series will have a different ship, which you can probably figure out. It's not gonna be, Prinxiety is not one of them, just know that. Remy X Virgil is this one, Sleep Zags, I can't say that name, but you probably can tell it's Panax Logan, which is a very popular ship, not as popular as Prince Heidi, but still. Remus X Deceit, and then of course this will be like having sort of Jealous Roman in the After Dark series, because but and for Roman's like role in Sandersons and quote quotes, it's probably gonna vary. He's probably not gonna be that bad at it. Like it's gonna be like it's like pretty accepting basically. Really depends how you look at it. And then there's this. Wait, hold on. Yeah, and then that one will probably kind of be sprinkled into each other. But the version 2 of Sandersons and quote quotes, which is only 2 versions, will be Duke's Anxiety, which is Remus X Virgil, Logicality, Panax Logan, and Remy X Emil again. If you don't like those ships, just don't watch them. You're like the only person who, like, the only ship you like in this main ship you like is freaking Prince Heidi, then you wouldn't really like them, considering that will be the main ship that's shown. Of course, the other ships will be also shown, but yeah. I think that's all. Oh no, I didn't put this one. At some point, I don't really know when. From what I'm put on here, based on the notes I put, this will be like after the season 2 of Hated Child's Life that got better. Which is called Life Together, but it's based off of my creepypasta. See, it will be different, like a different story, of course. But you'll see when you get there. This video is getting pretty long, so the only thing I gotta add to it is that all those series I just mentioned will have different intros for each one. You probably saw the playlist I put up. If you didn't, go look at that. Those are basically what the intro music would look like. But yeah, sorry to those who like the Gravity Falls series. There is the Gravity Falls After Dark coming up. It won't be as frequent. Again, none of these series are gonna happen probably very soon due to high school, but you'll see them happen eventually, probably. Again, there might be a problem due to college happening in like 2 years, but I just hope you understand. The comments on this will be deleted, because I don't want to have to deal with knowing who will unsubscribe and stuff and who won't. I'd rather just know how much, because like I'd rather just not. That already bothers me when it lowers my self-esteem and stuff when I get hate comments in general, and I don't get many, but I do. So like I'd rather just not. But that's all I have to say. I hope you watch till the end, but try to understand your best you can. You don't have to stay on the channel. You don't have to subscribe. I just can't. But bye. I will see you in the next video. There should be a meme that will come up in like an hour. After this is probably less than an hour, but hope you enjoyed that or whatever. It's really hard to close off, but bye.